Alright, we're in the breach. This game's been very good story-wise, even though the gameplay's been kind of... The graphics and gameplay have been kind of meh, but it still has a fun story.
What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
So you're just gonna shoot them?
I haven't decided yet.
That's not just up to you.
I'm the ranking officer.
And we're not in your army.
It may not be convenient, but we don't kill enemies who've surrendered.
Keeping prisoners is a luxury we don't have.
It's not a damn luxury.
You're an engineer, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation. Each one of them has an innocent life inside. I'll keep watch on them.
As will I. We can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Tacan could show up any minute.
Will this be on YouTube? It's already on our YouTube channel if you want to check it out.
Crystals. They're all over this place.
So the story, if you're just joining us, is that there's an ancient alien race that are taking over people's bodies to try to come back. They were a very advanced race of people back in the day, and they are basically like rewriting people's bodies when they get inside them and make it basically like body snatching them. Oh, the frame rate just got really good in there. Something must have fixed. It's real smooth all of a sudden. Something happened. I don't know what happened. For the first time playing this game, it's fairly smooth. I don't know what just happened, but yay. A lot of people that worked at Telltale Games now work at this studio and made this game, and it's very janky, but it's been very, very well written and a good story.
This console looks unaffected.
Hello.
Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
Let me inspect the crystals.
Look here. It's navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
We need navigation for that. I don't want that to you. I want to go down here.
There are two interfaces on top of each other.
This is not Lydian programming.
Do you think this game will be successful enough for them to get a motion cap rig and bug testing next time? I don't see this game selling well because of it wasn't. I didn't even know it existed. They didn't advertise it at all. Someone just sent me a code for it randomly. I don't think people know this game exists. It follows the Telltale formula, so some people like that, some people do not.
Gotta figure this out before we get wherever we're going. If the Resolute can't catch
Trek
up to
fans will
us,
find it though.
we're in a whole different kind of trouble.
Yeah, janky but charming is a perfect way to describe Star Trek in general.
Huh.
That's
Careful
a
where you
weapon.
point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
I'm not sure.
It's all one game. It's not episodes.
Everything under control?
Yes, these Tacan haven't made a move. Yet.
And what you're doing is working.
There's plenty more I can do. But it doesn't have to be that way. As long as they behave.
Alright, let's see what's over here.
Any trouble?
Don't worry about me. Worry about Stretch over there.
Why?
He's looking for any excuse to vaporize the prisoners. But I'll make sure he doesn't. Even if they're the enemy, it's not right.
I'm here if you need a hand.
Just hurry up and figure out this bridge. That's the best way to help.
I'll try. What else can I click on? Do I need my tricorder? Oh. Yep, here's something. Tricorder.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of. What are the engines doing to produce this kind of speed?
Probably magic. Or they inverted the polarity. They love doing that in Star Trek. Reverse the polarity. Randomize the modulation beam. Use a deflector array.
It's the Tacan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good.
Okay, how about the crystal formation over here? What's this doing?
These crystals are Tacan technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of their tech. Tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
It's the energy signature of Tacan technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
They're blocking the inputs. It's not responding at all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
Well, if we're careful, maybe we can blast the crystals off with our phasers.
All right, just use caution.
Yes, let me fire.
Not a scratch.
You'll destroy the station itself before you get through that. What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
I don't know. I bet you they would know. Uh-oh. Frame rate tanked all of a sudden. Oh, God. One of you guys will know about that computer. It was running so well, now all of a sudden just like frame rate tanked.
Engines are redline, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
The reactor output matches the high speed, doesn't it?
Whether it's these crystals or the power from the Cartabula, the Tacan have found a way to increase the engine output and top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed. But somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
We do our part, and just worry about that. I don't know what more they have to their plan.
People like this are never satisfied. There's always more that they want. And they are obviously going somewhere.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power. That's everything. We got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Tacan talk.
Kill
If
them.
they don't, we'll dispose of them.
Hey, that's not how we do this.
That is enough from you.
Uh-oh. Get up! Idiot!
I thought that thing was useless.
It was. No power. Until he touched it.
So they have to control it.
Bio-coded.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminta.
You can't control this ship.
The rumbling's so loud.
But I can use it to control you.
Oh! This is so awkward.
Let's talk.
Ambient volume is all over the place. My God.
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment. You need to see this.
Is this gonna we're
The report
gonna
on
meet
the data
Mr.
breach.
Riker?
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well. Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack, making this so much worse than it already was.
Given the potential consequences, we should notify Starfleet as soon as possible.
I don't disagree, but I'll reach out to Ambassador Spock about it. I don't want to cause a panic, and I doubt he does either.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Is it gonna be really
Let's not
him?
mention any of this shield business to Riker just yet. Put him through.
Uh-oh.
Captain Riker, this is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
It is him!
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have.
It's actually him.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residius 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
Well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
And let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost? To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock. But the truth is, it's a trick question. Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive, or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Tacan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince...
You can tell that they had him phone in his lines through some like not great means because they got the actual actor to do it. So he probably like called in or something because it sounds very like low quality.
him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you, but don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust in that.
Good, but that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Tacan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he knows that the Tacan have returned?
He didn't even know they were gone when we went there. But the moment the Enterprise dropped into orbit around Delphi Ardu 4, he downloaded the entirety of the ship's computer. So I'd expect the same when you get there.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Tacan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Tacan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the board.
Trust.
I can just like imagine the actor like sitting in bed in his underpants, just like old as hell, calling in, doing these lines. Yeah, if I had that answer, I would just call you. Like, he's just old and doesn't care anymore.
This isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know you're up to this.
There are some things you can't be prepared for. And if there are no specific tactical solutions, we'll just have to take our chances. After all, risk is our business.
We try to mitigate that risk as best we can. But the Starfleet we know today is built on that attitude.
Well said.
There was a special task force that considered the Tacan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi Ardu system. I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you. And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route. Or Marcus Aurelius.
Anything else?
Machiavelli?
Thank you for your support, Captain Riker.
I wish I could be there myself. But my first officer would probably see to it that I stay on the bridge while they get all the excitement on the away mission. The burdens of command. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Tacan stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach. Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious, which is why I'm asking.
I'm gonna tell him.
One thing we know is that they stole Starfleet shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms? That could jeopardize every ship in the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
This is as real as it gets, Solano. I have to talk to Starfleet Command now, so I think this conversation has come to an end.
Yeah.
I really do hope
This
you
captain
get
is
Portal
awful.
6-3 and find those Tacan before this gets out of control. Riker out.
I specifically said I wanted to keep this under wraps.
You're a dumb
I thought we
captain.
had an understanding. Now all of Starfleet will hear about this.
Riker's ship is at risk. They all are. I can't believe you would want to keep that from him.
Yeah.
That's one more thing I'll have to answer for. Now I have to think about the damage control of it all.
You are terrible at this.
You're dismissed.
This captain is god-awful. Whoa. Tumati, thank you for the resub.
It's the automated Federation warning buoy. Transmitting the disable code Captain Riker provided.
We were playing Gollum earlier, and it's terrible. It's really bad. It's really boring.
That was unpleasant. Commander Ermont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Tacan being?
No.
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team.
We're rolling out.
Portal 6-3 will cooperate.
Oh god, there's 1, 2.
He's not an asset.
There's
He's an enemy.
2 people in the back that could be killed on this mission because they're not important to the story. Main characters are safe.
You're worth keeping alive.
No names
for
are not.
A little while longer.
I cannot stop this ship any more than you can stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of a lower life form do not sway me. I will not bend to you. I was born 600,000 years ago. But a new age dawns today.
Are you the scion of the flame?
My name is Zan Udlosa. I was born in the final days of the Age of Makto. And we are all scions of the flame. Every one of us who have traveled across the bridge of time to be here for the Great Awakening. We have all sworn ourselves to the cause.
Eventually, one of you will break.
You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission. And the Cartabula produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one. But when we wake the Aphelion, we won't need a fleet.
The Aphelion?
Only then will you understand the might of the Tacan Empire. Reborn in this time.
And when you wake the Aphelion, what are you going to do with it?
Anything we want.
Come on! This goes from bad to worse unless you do what they say.
Oh.
It's coming alive.
You can't stop the ship.
Then he will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves.
The moment I reduce speed or change our heading, the others will. First, they'll just resume course from elsewhere. Trivial matter. And then, they will come here. For you, this is a dead end.
I don't know if he's telling the truth, but I don't like it. We need a new plan.
He's just trying to talk his way out of trouble. Why would you tell us all this?
I tell you, because I value my own life. When my fellow scions come, and they will come, I expect you'll all act like the savages you are, and a battle will ensue. We've all died once. I don't intend to do so again. I won't touch those controls. If you want to get us killed, do it yourselves.
You fear death. There's a way to stop this ship for good, and he knows how. He just needs more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
Kick him
We
in the
heard
balls.
He'll talk. Trust me.
That's against Starfleet protocol.
You're not on a Starfleet ship. Your protocol does not apply. We take the action that will lead to our victory. Don't assume your moral code takes precedence above all others.
Break his arm.
I get the impression you know how to make people talk. Think you can break his arm?
Don't.
What the hell, Carter? We don't torture people.
Yes.
Did you forget what uniform you're wearing? What it stands for? This isn't like you.
I know. I don't like it, okay?
A little late for that.
I have only just begun.
Stop, please! Wait! The warp cores. Our technology is amplifying the ship's output, and it still relies on the warp cores to provide plasma to the engines. Disable those, and the ship grinds to a halt.
Okay.
Sabotage.
This display is for all life forms on the ship. This is where the infiltrators are. the central artery of ship systems, sensors, propulsion, weapons. And this is engineering.
It's deserted.
If I can get us there, can you cripple my ship?
Yes.
Not something I'd normally ask, but I'm coming around to it.
I got this. I'm an engineer. This is my territory.
Torture work, though.
Then we'll follow your lead.
This plan of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there is a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good. For the Empire.
For the Empire.
For the Empire?
So, Carter, you didn't beam out after all. I thought you'd escaped when we boarded. I'd almost hoped you'd made it off. And Nilly's there with you too, right? It's good you two are together. I know you're here, Carter. Your technology is so simple to us. You're not a fighter. I know it. You know it. That's why you're hiding. Somewhere on this ship. The Tacan Empire
answer.
has so much to offer you. Think of all the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life, and I want to show you what you could be a part of. Not just the wonders you've already seen from us. In our time, we had the power to move stars. Carter, you have a thirst for discovery. And a part of you would remain to experience the things I can show you. But if you try to fight
I'm not gonna talk to
you're
you.
only gonna make things worse.
Oh, I have to pick one. Damn.
You don't know what you're doing. Miranda, we can help you, but you have to fight.
Miranda is a part of us now. She's accepted that.
You're lying.
I have no reason to lie. Every one of us on this crusade has fought wars more brutal and consuming than you could fathom. But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this. Carter, we have a plan for you. And for the others, too. We don't want to have to destroy you.
You think there's some sort of compromise to be had here? After all you've done? The only end of this is when you surrender.
After all we've done, you can't think we'd give up now. We can continue this conversation in person. I'll see you on the bridge very soon.
Comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we
Damn
have
it.
to use force to free our fellow Scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it. But
Remove the
I'm trying
comm
to
badge.
help you.
Move back cover. Disable transmitter.
Got it.
Mine's done too.
Time to hit the road.
Gotta move.
You've forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Uh-oh.
Set to stun. You're not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
You already broke his arm. What more do you want to do?
I want to eliminate loose ends.
And I did that for you.
You two forget you're on the same side? Come on!
Jeez. You gotta go.
Now let's move it.
Yeah, quickly. How was Golem, chat? Golem was a game that we played. It was a game of this year.
Our coordinates match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
It's quiet.
Portal has to know we're here.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
Tricorder.
Already gave it a scan. Dead. Whole planet feels like it's been turned to stone.
They recreated this level from the TV show. It looked like this.
Doctor?
Commander, keeping an eye on those iridium levels? Good. Last thing we need are your cells destabilizing on a hostile alien planet.
True. I'll be right back in 1 second. I just gotta run to the potty real fast. Drank too much coffee. How bad is this game? This game is okay. It's just janky. It's got a lot of performance issues and bugs and stuff, but it's not that bad. Now, the writing and story in this one's great, and that's what redeems it. But in Gollum, not even the story was good. It was just like, ugh. It was like, ugh. The gameplay was also just kind of generic and boring and not a great experience. All right.
This is where Portal 6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
I like how they tied this into an episode of Star Trek.
Commander.
I'm ready.
Follow me.
I remember this episode of Star Trek not even being all that great. It was just like, okay.
Ends here. Is it me, or did that path just disappear?
Uh-oh.
There was a path there a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
That crystal seems sus.
Tetrametric pulses.
Same energy as the other Tacan technology.
Most of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers.
Worth a try.
Fire!
Nothing.
Nope.
There's gotta be a weakness. Somewhere it isn't totally solid.
No. Nothing? No. Crystal itself, maybe?
Whoa.
Oh.
An illusion.
I'm sure that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
I'm picking up something. A biosignature.
Uh-oh.
It's faint, but it's there.
With me.
Do you see the Alan Wake trailer? Yes, that Alan Wake trailer looked amazing. It's gonna be a perfect game for horror month. Scary, scary. Spooky, spooky skeletons. Oh
Another
god,
dead
Talos
end.
Principle looks amazing as
Or
well.
another illusion.
Crewman LaRue, if you would.
Deval to Resolute.
Red shirt down.
Crewman LaRue directly to medical.
Red shirt down.
Is he okay?
That's one of the extras we had.
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before.
We still have one more that can be killed.
Looks like there used to be a bridge here.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu 4. And I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
Then that makes two of us.
How about that?
More crystals. Need a way across.
How about that crystal? No radiation detected. Oh, that one for sure. Over there. It's definitely this one.
Tetrametric. Good sign.
Phaser? Fire!
Commander!
Hell yeah.
Look at that.
Trust, but verify.
Indeed.
Find more crystals giving off the radiation. It's like a cave over here. This looks cool. Democracy, thank you for that 31-month resub. Appreciate that. Well, is there any that one over there maybe? No. Not that one either. Oh. There's definitely one over here that is giving it off. Might be up. So maybe I can go around? Yeah, definitely up there. Also, this one right here.
Good.
What the? Okay. We're playing Deep Rock Galactic right now? No. We're just trying to find the crystal that's giving off radiation. It's very near. I can't tell exactly where it is, but... Is it... that one?
Tetrametric. Better go see what's different.
Probably the bridge is now a bridge. Wait, what? Uh-oh. It's one of those down there. Okay, well that definitely looks different. From the open balcony. Ow! Oops. Well, it must not be one of those. Must be one nearby. Far off peak, you can phaser. What? Oh, that? Oh, there we go. Okay. Jeez.
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
Thank you.
We'll make sure it's safe.
This place is crazy. Where is this guy? That's a big crystal.
Incredible.
The plants here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
No. Not a match.
Scanning.
Tetrametric.
Then it's creating an illusion as well.
Yep, shoot it.
Based on the data we have so far.
Only one thing left to do.
Shoot it.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
All right.
Deval to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
Fire! Watch this whole planet be an illusion.
Amazing.
There's nothing like this in any Federation record.
The plants.
dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Fools. In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tacan Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian. I am guardian of nothing. The Tacan no longer exist. Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
I'm surprised you don't know. With your powers, can't you learn anything?
I can. But you should mind your words.
The Resolute's database is being accessed.
The Tacan have returned? After so long, how could they? Explain. Now.
Taconian technology made it possible to enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Taconians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds of millennia.
Scions of the Flame?
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Tacan. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Tacan immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've come. You want to destroy these Scions.
I won't lie to you. Yes, we want to destroy them.
Finally, some honesty.
They have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These Scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you alone.
Whoa, god damn! What the hell? Jump scare! Damn. Out of nowhere.
Where are we? Where's my team?
They're safe where we left them.
So dramatic.
That the Scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John Rydick. Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Kobliad, the Tacan. One dying, one dead. Our species could not be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
We're more alike than you might realize, in that we accept the inevitability of loss.
If only you understood the glory of the Tacan Empire's past.
Yeah, we played Gollum earlier. It was it was a game that we have played. It was one of the games of all time.
Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Kobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
The only reason any of my people are still alive, why I am still alive, is because the Federation helped us. We would have been extinct decades ago without the Diridium the Federation gave us. If anything, I owe them gratitude. You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed. You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartabula has fallen into the hands of the Scions, My services are not up for offer.
Could you stop doing that, sir? It just keeps running away. I love the writing on this game. It's like watching a long movie of Star Trek. Are you guys having fun watching? You lurkers and non-lurkers alike?
To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Tacan Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people. Betrayal of my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
The Tacan had their time. The Empire rose and fell like so many others.
What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Tacan plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Taconian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own. And at the price of a small few, think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake. I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
You told me your people didn't use bioforming. That's because you knew it was wrong. Wrong to employ on an individual basis, and surely wrong on a galactic scale.
Oh yeah, as a reminder, chat, Fallout New Vegas is free on Epic Games today, so if you want to go over there and get your free copy of it, and if you do get your free copy, use code word DansGaming. I don't know if it does anything, but you might as well if you're over there.
You are correct. The Tacan did not use bioforming on a large scale. That the way these scions are using it would not have been accepted when the Empire still stood. I'm curious to see these scions masquerading as true Tacan. So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Tacan. To understand their true intentions, for better or worse.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well. I'll return.
Commander!
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then, shall we?
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
Whoa.
This is all I need.
Away team +1, ready to beam up.
What the hell?
4 warp cores. That's interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers. I thought you would know what to do.
Well,
We
all
understand
right.
how to operate it under normal conditions.
You're in good hands. We can do this.
We'll figure it out.
I trust that you can.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
How about we just shoot them? That'll work, right?
What are we dealing with?
Of course, the tricorder. It will solve everything for us. Just gotta scan it with the tricorder. The answer to every problem. I don't see anything else to scan. Oh, up there maybe?
Cores are running really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Otari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there could tell us a few things.
Where are you going? All down there? Okay.
Whatever we do, we need to make sure the Tacan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
You thinking what I'm thinking? Warp core ejection.
Yeah.
The question is, how do we make it happen?
How about we just...
The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good.
So we just press that?
Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity. The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
Oh, hell yeah.
You two start dumping cores, the Tacan will know we're here.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
We will have to make a stand.
Start thinking about an escape plan. I have a feeling we're gonna need one.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
All right, now hold on. I just got a YouTube how to disable coolant on reactor core. Star Trek. Okay. Okay. Energy drink, got it. Okay, I figured it out. I watched the video. We're good now. Apparently, I go over here and I press the right trigger button.
We might not have
and
our
it'll
tools,
just turn off.
but our phasers can do this in a pinch. We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom...
Uh-oh.
We don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do if we accidentally crack it open.
Listen, the best way to make sure something goes wrong is to stress. Keep your mind on the job.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, we will.
We'll be great.
It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
Just keep it in the center there. Whee! that was easy.
Time to heat things up.
See? Right trigger. The YouTube video's right.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Okay, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just one more to go.
Better hurry.
They're cutting through the door.
Thought you were barricading it.
Time.
Said you were barricading it, damn it.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
Don't stop moving. Phaser set to kill. No!
Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the
No!
We're all dead.
Let her do it. The shooting is awful. No! Damn it!
Shoot!
I got it!
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core. Warp drive disengaged.
Yeah!
You did it.
Just kill the rest of them.
You got another way out of here?
I think so. Tosca, can you climb?
Oh no.
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Surella, my friend.
F's in the chat for her sacrifice. I had to say, someone else would have gotten it wrong.
You want me? I'm right here.
That's for Mass Effect 3. It's one of the saddest moments.
Not you too.
Calm yourself, child. It will all be better soon.
reclaim what was lost.
You don't need to watch this.
I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
As long as she's alive and her memories are still in there, there's still hope.
Hope is what you turn to when you have nothing left you can do. And there's still something I can do for Itasca. And I shall.
Yeah, that's how we turn people into moderators. We're just like, oh, thank you for volunteering.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage. But, apparently not.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Rude. You are rude.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tacan Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly joined the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
I can't say that we avoid conflict entirely, but we overcome our differences because of our common interests and a shared sense of purpose. A general belief we are better off united than divided.
A concept almost Taconian in principle. We're more alike than you might think. If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. Given this is merely a research ship, I won't be able to find him without it. Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
I can't promise anything, but let me see what I can do.
Just know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tacan Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
We are incredibly lucky that Portal has agreed to join us.
Your first officer makes a very persuasive argument.
So I've noticed. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what, exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
You'll have to forgive him. I'm sure he meant nothing by it.
I know exactly what he meant. His disrespect speaks for itself.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. Clearly it's with the Tacan.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. To the Tacan, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Tacan. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything? Ridiculous.
Captain, I understand your concern, and I don't necessarily disagree.
Ah, now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
He's such
You
an asshole.
clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
I don't like this. He is so rude.
I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize this puts me in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Tacan, and he may be loyal to the Tacan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
We'll take every precaution to make sure we get what we need. I'll keep a close eye on him myself.
I appreciate that. I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes. Let me know if you find anything.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
Uh-oh.
The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How long will
I
it
found
take?
something.
That was fast.
You are.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know.
I'm gonna let him know. I'm just gonna take my sweet time. Just gonna think about it. Not sure yet. Any second now. Just thinking about it.
Rydek to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference.
Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
They say the true measure of a leader is being able to admit your mistakes. So thank you.
Next time I'll do a better job of listening.
Yeah.
Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do. What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain.
Uh-oh.
But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it.
Uh-oh.
But they have underestimated my abilities.
Engineering.
Take care of the Taconian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvan's ship.
Hold on. My understanding is that Tacan technology requires a Tacan to operate. Is there another Tacan on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on the ship doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvan.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship. Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder.
Use your tricorder to find the device. There could be a Tacan amongst us in chat. One of you could be a Tacan. Everyone is suspicious at this point.
There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the
There's a lot
device
of
putting out the
noise.
most radiation to filter it out.
Could be anyone in our chat. Scan that thing.
That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
They knew what they were doing. Looks like it's from in here. Yeah, those things.
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Looks like it's up there on the mission board. Alright, if any of you are Tacan and you're not telling us, that makes you Dan rude. Alright, so don't be rude. Better tell us.
Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
Alright, let's see. Now, it's over in that corner. The only corner we haven't looked at yet. What if we can see the device?
Found it.
How did no one see that shit? Wow.
Excuse me. Do you belong here?
I'm the goddamn captain.
Commander Rydek. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was
Yeah,
you.
how dare you?
Good to see you
Execute
again,
him.
I've been keeping my eyes and ears open, just like you said.
Glad to hear it.
What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
Sorry, it's not something I can go into.
Right, of course. Forget I asked.
There is one thing you can help with. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
That would be great. Just be discreet about it. I don't want anyone to be alarmed.
Discretion is my specialty. Well, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tyler?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
The whole time? Oh, no. I can't do anything. It won't let me interact with anything. Doesn't look like Golem. We stopped playing that about an hour ago. It was very bad. Oh no. Looks like it's soft locked again. Oh no. Well, let's go back to main menu and maybe do it one more time.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little
Can't
I
skip
can
it.
tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage.
Oh no.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Yeah, this came out a couple days ago. And it's okay. It's kind of janky. You see, it's buggy, as we just experienced just there, but it's written well.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tacan Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly join the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
I can't say that we avoid conflict entirely, but we overcome our differences because of
chat,
our common interests
Dan
and a shared sense
Anime.
of purpose.
Dan Anime.
A general belief we are better off united than divided.
A concept almost Taconian in principle. We're more alike than you might think. If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. Given this is merely a research ship, I won't be able to find him without it. Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Excellent.
Solano's gonna flip when he hears this.
I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tacan Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
We are incredibly lucky that Portal has agreed to join us.
Your first officer makes a very persuasive argument.
So I've noticed. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
Of course, the fall of the Empire had nothing to do with you. We know that.
Do you? Because it seems your captain has a different opinion.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. And clearly it's with the Tacan.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. To the Tacan, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Tacan. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything? Ridiculous.
Captain, I know it's a risk. But right now it's our best shot at finding Galvin and that ship.
Here she was, naive enough to believe it wouldn't be a problem. Little did she realize the levels of ignorance and incompetence she was up against.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you
such
wither
an
away
asshole.
back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
No.
And to think, I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize that's supposed to be in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Tacan, and he may be loyal to the Tacan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up.
That's not our problem.
Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
Captain, you have my word. I will do everything within my power to protect you.
I appreciate that. It's not just my career on the line here. It's both of ours. I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes. Let me know if you find anything.
Oh, we'll find something, but it might glitch again, sir.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Galavan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
There's no manual save slots. And there's only one save slot, period. And it's an autosave.
The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How long
I
will
found
it take?
something. There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Done.
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise
Is it
bearings,
coming from
but
engineering?
It's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydick to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all.
Yeah.
That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
No apology necessary. Your concerns were valid.
Nonetheless, I should learn to trust your instincts, which were absolutely right. Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do.
Goodbye. Have you played other Star Trek games?
I didn't want to say
not really. Other than I did
certain.
a little Star Trek Online.
But the reason for
Not
the
much,
interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Engineering.
Take care of the Taconian device, and I can find Galvin for you.
Why don't you do it?
It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvin's ship.
Why would you trust me with this?
I cannot be sure I trust anyone on this ship, but you and I came to an understanding on Delphi R2. That will have to be enough.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship. Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder. There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out.
The warp core first, of course.
That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
Can't do that. So we have to do them in a very specific order.
A little bit of harmless radiation.
I don't want to bug
here,
out the game by going right
but
there.
enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well. Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now. Found it.
Excuse me. Do you belong here? Commander Rydick. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you. Good to see you again, Commander. I've been keeping my eyes and ears open, just like you said.
Glad to hear it.
What, are you doing back here?
Nothing.
I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
I was looking for you.
Under the console?
Dropped my tricorder. But I do need your help. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
Thanks, but I'll talk to Commander Chovak about it.
Okay. Well, let me know if I can be of any help. Oh, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylis?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you.
Oh god, here we go, chat. This is gonna bug again. Oh, there's an icon this time. Thank God.
Maybe Tylus saw something.
Hello, Tylus.
Tylus, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duval, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Taconian technology. Does that mean there's a Scion on board? But Dr. Duval bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member, I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
Someone evaded detection and planted that device.
Which would mean they've been with us this whole time.
Touch
Watching,
it, lady.
Listening.
All the more reason why we have to find them.
It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Clear.
Now it's your turn.
Sure.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it. The search starts in engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
Jan, can you go back to Gollum? Back to Gollum? What? That game? You want to see more of that one? Oh my.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
That helps.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
We'll play some more of that
This is
later.
manageable.
I'll try to do a little more of it, but it's very boring.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari. Let's see who's left. No.
What?
This can't be right.
What?
Oh,
of the people
no.
that went to Hotari and visited engineering,
No wonder he's such an
it
asshole.
could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu 4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
He fits the profile for the kind of people the Tacan want to bioform. People with authority that can lead to them gaining more control.
Like Galvin, the Queen.
The captain of a Federation starship. What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
This motherfucker.
That's just it.
The whole time.
She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it. I found the device.
He's a wizard.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Tacan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvan's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
What kind of weapons are in this arsenal?
It's difficult to know what would have survived from the time of the Empire, but be assured that the damage they have done so far by altering your current technology will be minuscule compared to proper Taconian firepower. If Galvan and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous.
How did you like Gollum? No.
My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Tacan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew, and it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvan and the saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
Just leave that to me. I hope to resolve it soon.
The longer you wait, the more time we lose.
That's how that works.
Bioforming was so rare in the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect, proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
I'll have it. Once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duvall.
We gotta scan him.
It's quite the claim. Told me you were worried about him. But I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst-case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's it. The end of your career. Maybe your life.
I don't know if I would be on my own. But with your support, I'm sure we can do it.
That smooth talking may come in handy. I'm in.
Yeah!
But we can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
So we got to force him to get a scan. What the hell? Jeez. Student driver!
Down to one reactor. I thought we'd be stopped dead. At least stuck at impulse power.
The Tacan enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Yeah, but they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
Let's find out. Why is there... Damn it! Video games only... Characters only weakness. Slight... Easily push-assidable stuff in the way. Every game, there's always like a little bit of junk, and we can't ever go past it because we're a video game character. Could easily slide it out of the way, but nope. Not today. Looks like we can go this way at least. Now, there's plenty of room to crawl right through there, but no. This is an original story, but it's based on one of the episodes from the first season of Next Generation.
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. Usonia's system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold!
Grabbing!
The inertial dampeners can barely keep up. If they keep forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps, they're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi is still made by Lydian hands, despite all this Tacan corruption. We'll hold.
We just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Well, let's hope. Wait a minute, weren't we over there?
Your people. Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Kansas.
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont.
Florida.
But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle, as I get older, I think about it more.
We only get one life to live. I'm not counting on anything coming after I close my eyes for the last time.
Then you may never understand this, but please try. My people have a special journey. When Lydians die, we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes. Death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Tacan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released. To think of what she could be going through right now. It's a torturous idea.
I know it's awful to think about, but if they're still alive, we can still try to help them. We lose that option once they're dead.
I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with the symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body. It's considered a great honor. The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely. My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. But she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both of us. And eventually she, or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely. So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her. Someone who looked like my sister.
So, losing Miranda like this, it opened an old wound.
Never really closed up in the first place.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do?
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spilled together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe. As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
You are many things.
I don't need to wait that long. We've bled together. No one else will know what we've been through. That makes us a tribe. Right here.
I'll take that.
I like this guy.
Cease this madness.
is this place?
Is that the Veskar?
Another one of yours?
Oh no.
Not anymore. They've corrupted it, just like the Zeldi.
Now there are 2 ships. Did this just get better or worse?
It certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many lives stolen.
We're really at the heart of this fight now. We just gotta figure out what we're gonna do about it.
This doesn't look like the Aphelion. What are they doing here?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer.
The storm! It's back! What happened?
Hold on. Scanning. Metric radiation is dropping. The Zeldi's dropped to minimal power levels.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means...
They've sent the Cartabula to that other ship.
Because they're going to use that ship to get there. All right, we're going to squeeze in a quick break, guys. We'll be right back in just a minute. And then we'll confront the damn captain.